Welcome to this session on migrating your Ss6 standards and dataset extensions to the CONNECT Edition workspace. So I have backed up my Ss6 standards on an external drive here, and so I had these in a folder called Ss6. This was based on the quick config standards which were put out on Bentley Communities. So if I open that folder, and under there is a standards folder, so that was our kind of basic standard, what we call the MicroStation standards. I'm going to open that up, and we have those various libraries there. And that would correspond to this organization folder in my new CE configuration. I'm going to open that folder as well. And all I'm going to do is select all the folders under here. So these would include any company standards I may have set up. I'm going to select everything except for VBA, and I will just do a copy. And I'll come over here and do a paste. And it's just basically going to merge everything into the corresponding folder. And now whatever standards I may have had in Ss6 will now be part of CONNECT Edition, and the standards.config file will make sure that all the correct files are included in the configuration. Now I'm going to go back up to my configuration folder and go back to my Ss6 folder here. The other thing we may want to migrate are any company dataset extension. So that was under this dataset company folder, and we had the typical folders for the dataset extensions such as cell libraries, compound parts, data group information, DGN libs, materials, parts. So I had several different XML files for some company standard parts. I had some different data group catalogs and so forth. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'll come over here to my workspaces, and I'm going to copy these into my XYZ workspace under the standards folder. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to select all the folders. I'll do a copy and then a paste over here, and it'll just merge the corresponding folders. And now we'll just take a quick look at OpenBuildings Designer and see if we see those additional standards have been added. So we're going to select the XYZ workspace, and we'll go open up our project 123 and open the model file again. So let's start by looking at that family and part editor again. And so this time now, if I were to expand my workspace, my company workspace, XYZ parts, I should see those additional part libraries that I just copied in there. If I expand those, you can see I've got some different doors and wall assemblies and wall components. All of that I had set up previously now exists in CONNECT Edition. The other one I may want to look at would be the data group information. So I'm going to go to the Data Reporting tab and open up the catalog editor. Let's go ahead and expand my architectural folder. Let's, for instance, just go take a look at walls. I know I had some company standard wall types. And we can see those now exist as part of our company standards. So at this point, you really have a very workable configuration. You have a place to store company standards, you have a place to store your workset standards, and you are using the delivered regional dataset for the bulk of your dataset information. But there's still a couple of additional customizations you could do if you would like. The first one we'll take a look at in the next session is to move the worksets to a separate drive. Often we like to keep the projects separate from the workspace so that we can only give access to the workspace to CAD administrators, CAD managers, and we can give access to the work sets or the projects to everyone. So we'll take a look at that in the next session.
If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. If you want to see more such series, consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you, and see you next time.